Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles the Bands. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Well, Rob Parker is pissed off, and we got to talk about it. So, as you guys know, the job that the media has been doing over the last 2 or 3 weeks now is pretty crazy. It really started off when we got the news that, you know, LeBron said that he was going to be leaving the Lakers. He was announcing that he's not coming back, right? That's when it kicked into hyperdrive, because I think that the media wanted to make sure, they wanted to save him from embarrassment. So they try to pitch this, they try to spin this whole story of, oh, he told the Lakers that he no longer wants to play on the team and he's moving on. When in reality, it just wasn't the case, man. And then after that, you know, I was making jokes. I was like, yeah, you know, ESPN over there doing PowerPoint presentations on TV. And then like a few days later, Rich Paul busts out a whiteboard. He starts like coming up with different scenarios. Then you have other shows on ESPN doing that. And I think he's upset because these guys are trying to make it seem like these teams are desperate to sign LeBron, when in reality, this desperation that they're talking about doesn't exist. What NBA team is desperate to sign a guy on a veteran minimum contract? Like, it makes no sense. And Rob Parker on The Odd Couple, he absolutely lost his temper. And he was reacting to the footage of Bob Myers when he went on the Game Over podcast, and he was essentially, you know, LeBron, these are making a pitch to him. And I think like that was like the final straw for Rob Parker. But before we even get into his rant, today's video is brought to you by sponsor PrizePicks. It's a scorching sports summer, and you can make all your picks on PrizePicks. Women's basketball and baseball are heating up, and with big tennis slams and major golf tournaments on the horizon, you can make your picks for all these events and more all summer long on PrizePicks, America's #1 sports pick app. I think I'm going to get into soccer this summer with PrizePicks. They're offering everything from group stage winners to goals scored, and I'm excited to watch the big stars from countries like Argentina, Brazil, France, and the US and win money while doing it. What's cool is that I can stack game winners from soccer, NBA, women's basketball, and baseball on top of my player picks for even bigger payouts. And PrizePicks is available in all 50 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. The entire summer of soccer is on PrizePicks, all 48 countries and every matchup. And if you rep your side during the tournament on PrizePicks, you could win a trip to the final in New York. It's the biggest tournament ever, which means there's even more opportunities to cash in while you root for your favorite national sides and global soccer stars. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Okay, great. So what we want to do is we're going to play what Rob had to say here. Take a listen to it, and then we'll come back and continue on the show.
It's kind of unprecedented. I don't know if I've ever heard an official from a team go on a podcast just to pitch a free agent.
How about lame? Bob Myers. Ridiculous. It's as lame as it gets. If you want to do that, pitch it behind closed doors to Rich Paul or LeBron James. Going on a podcast doing that, man, where's the professionalism? Seriously. It just comes off as so lame and quirky and dumb, and you don't need to do that, right? That's not what you do. You're out here trying to entertain people about LeBron and making it public. That should be something that's between you and a potential client. You disagree with that? It just seems
go ahead.
It seems bad to me, and I can understand. There's only one real place for him to go. Philadelphia is not granted some automatic that they're going to win a championship. LeBron wants to go on and be what wheel on this team? If you just went out and got Jaylen Brown, right, and you got Embiid and Maxey, yet LeBron's coming to do what? Whose place? Is he going to be the number 1 or number 2 option? I don't see how he could be number 1 or 2. Did somebody on that damn podcast push back and say, why would LeBron go there? There are 3 guys who are in front of him. That's what LeBron wants to finish out as being a 4th option on some team? It doesn't even make sense. But, of course, nobody pushed back because that's not what they do on these terrible athletic-driven podcasts. They don't push back to say, and Bob, why are you doing this publicly? Why would you do this? Does this and maybe hurt the idea? Why would you do this publicly? Shouldn't this be done in private? I've been in the sports business for 40 years. I've never seen this before.
Not in this way. Like, you might have seen a tongue-in-cheek, like, oh, hey, you got.
Well, that ain't a pitch. It'd be like,
because like sometimes your timing is you happen to be on something when the big thing is happening.
Or a guy might say, hey, if LeBron wants to talk, I'll talk.
Something like this. They'll go, listen, tell you what, I know if he wants the best cheesesteak in the world, come to Philly, I know where to go. You joke and laugh. Him making a pitch, and by the way, the pitch was terrible.
Okay, great. So let's react to what Rob Parker had to say there. Look, man, I think that there's a serious level of a lack of self-awareness from ESPN and these guys. They don't understand just how sad they're coming off, like how they're looking at people. I don't know why they think that they're so smart and everyone else is so dumb. Even Colin Cowherd. There was a show, right? There was a clip of Colin Cowherd basically saying that LeBron James that the Lakers, were moving on from LeBron. Like, they were done with him all along. And then turned around and said, oh, well, LeBron left the Lakers. It's like, Colin, are you joking? I know some of you may not believe it because his most recent comments were, LeBron left the Lakers and why you should sign LeBron. Take a listen to Colin here.
The Lakers did this the right way. These new owners from the Dodgers know what they're doing. They didn't want to sign him. I don't think Pelinka and Jeannie Buss would have had the courage or the foresight to let him walk. Jeannie Buss didn't want any bad PR. She's, in the community in L.A., everybody's friend. Everybody loves Jeannie. Would she have had the guts to let him walk? I don't believe so. Guts, courage, whatever you want to call it. She has the business savvy. I don't think she would have done it for the brand in kind of honor of her late father, the brand, the Lakers. But this ownership group has let Cody Bellinger go and Manny Machado go and Trey Turner go in great players in baseball. So they didn't want to re-sign LeBron. They really didn't. I trust my sources. They didn't want to do it, but they didn't want to be bullies. They didn't want to be like, hey, get out of here. Rich Paul, don't want to alienate Rich Paul. You want to let Rob.
So you saw him there. And then like a few days later, he joined the whole ESPN chorus talking about, yeah, man, they really want, LeBron really left on his own accord. It's like, Colin, we've seen you on video. Like, you've already been caught red-handed. Who are you fooling? But for whatever reason, these guys think like they're so smart and everybody else is so dumb. To me, the whole thing is pathetic. But, this is what they have to do. They have to protect LeBron's image because it would look pretty crazy that the face of the league, no team wants him in a maximum capacity. No team does. They may want him, but not at max player dollars. And that's what they don't want. Am I saying that LeBron is not a draw? Absolutely not. He's still very popular, and that has a lot to do with 20 plus years of marketing. But in terms of his value on the court, it doesn't really exist anymore. And I don't see how anyone could try to argue against that with a straight face. Because if you feel like he has this great value, again, why are teams only willing to offer him a minimum contract? Why is he saying that he's willing to play for that? It has to make sense. If there's all of this demand, then there should be a major demand in the market and people should be willing to cough up tens of millions of dollars a year to pay for your services. And frankly, that's not what we're seeing. The market is saying otherwise. And Bob Myers and all of these guys trying to put on this entire pony show, Rob Parker's like, man, look, this has to stop. And he's right.